Good Sunday morning, March 29th, I think it is,
Yes.
2026, here in the Crawford Podcasting Network. My regular Sunday morning podcast partner, Keyton. Kerry's in his Big Gel Studios in East Side of Lansing. I'm not in East Lansing. I'm in Chicago for the Midwest Regionals, staying here at my daughter's lovely apartment here on the brink of the Gold Coast, and beautiful side of Chicago, and Old Town. It's just a great place. I've been here since, what is today? Today's Sunday, so I got here Thursday. Went to shoot around Friday night, Michigan playing Alabama and all that in Tennessee, taking on Iowa State, and then Saturday chilling in Chicago, and then the podcast this morning, which is a highlight of the weekend, right? With Kerry Keyton. It's a highlight of every week.
Yeah, highlights gonna be at 2:00 this afternoon for you.
Yeah. Heading over to the United Center. Get there a couple hours ahead of time, have a little something to eat, dig in, and take in all the ambiance of the NCAA March Madness run. Have you been watching the games, Kerry Keyton?
Yes. To answer your question, yes. Not as well I did. Well, the Spartans did come out very good, so I turned that channel and I watched the other game.
Yeah, but you know what? So let me interject something. This is so much human nature to anybody whose school's involved in the tournament, and especially one like Michigan State, who's used to going for deep runs, is when your team loses, your attitude towards March Madness, at least temporarily, drops off dramatically. I mean, that's just the way it is, right? I mean, when your team's involved, you're way more into it when they're all of a sudden not involved.
Well, I mean, probably for the typical fan, that'd be. But I'm not a basket. I don't particularly like basketball, so I'm not gonna watch it unless my team is playing. Period.
That's right. That's about you. Yeah, I get that.
So if once, and like I said, they weren't playing well. So I'm one of those guys that, if my dumb ass, if they're not playing well, I figure it's my fault because I'm watching.
Oh, so you're one of those superstitious guy. You're a superstitious guy.
I'll turn the channel, but see, in this case, it makes it easy because you could watch the other game, and I can watch what's going on.
Oh yeah, with the score and
the score at the top. So when they start making, and I'm talking to myself, okay, let's just get it close to 10 or under 10 before halftime. It will be okay because there's no way that UConn's going to play that good in the second half, but we're not going to play that bad, which is exactly what happened. We just couldn't get over the hump and make enough plays, to get it done. So, but like the rest of it, I won't. I mean, there's always something I can find to do that's more important than watching a basketball game. So
no, I get that. I mean, I get it. I've been watching the NCAA tournament since 1964 when it was in black and white.
You're old.
I was 8. Cassie Russell was leading Michigan to the Final Four, and they didn't have the TV coverage, obviously, as they do now.
They had television.
We had television. We had a Magnavox 25-inch. We had the first.
Oh, you was rich.
We had the first color TV on the block in
rich.
So in the Rose Bowl, everybody came over to our house to watch the Rose Bowl parade and the Rose Bowl, no matter which Big Ten team was in it. And that was great times. I love that Lip being brought up on the east side.
Big money Crawford, baby.
My dad bought that color TV on Knapp's Capitol Avenue, which was a kind of an appliance branch of Knapp's and I'll never forget it. It was the thrill of a lifetime.
Yeah. That's how you get the girls back in the day. Come over and watch my color television.
What are we at? What episode of Happy Days here? I mean, come over and sit in my bomb shelter, right?
Exactly. Old school.
But let me tell you my takeaway from your Michigan State perspective. We're not going to talk too much about Michigan because this podcast has short shelf life for Michigan because they're playing a few hours. But I want to talk about Michigan State in this regard. Well, first of all, they kind of duplicated what they did with Michigan the first game they played each other at Breslin. They dug themselves a hole, spent all their energy coming back, took the lead no less, and then, but you got to make another pit stop, right? I mean, you're out of gas. I think that's what happened. That's the problem. They got so far behind. They were 19 down, yeah. I think.
Yeah, at 19, and and the only thing I can't even. I mean, they played hard. The only problem I even have with that game is the last 18 seconds.
Possession.
We had the ball.
Yeah.
And we came down and Spears drove and nobody made themselves available to shoot. And we didn't call timeout.
I'll stop right there.
We didn't do anything.
Izzo did not call timeout. He screwed up big time.
And
you have one in your pocket. What are you taking that for? What are you taking that in your pocket for?
Yeah, that really bothered me.
That possession was totally discombobulated. And I'm not blaming the players. I'm blaming the coaching staff in that. You got to stop play. You've seen a lot of good coaching. They recoil. They might recoil at the 8-second mark. Still plenty of time.
I was really expecting him because, well, first of all, the men's NCAA needs to hurry up and catch up to what the damn women are doing and go to 10-minute quarters and be able to call timeout and move the ball forward. All that stuff that they're doing that NBA's been doing forever. But I was totally expecting him to dribble the ball up, go right to the sideline like they do before halftime, so they waste that timeout and call timeout and set up a play. And if it works, it works. If it don't, hey, we ran the best thing we had and call it a day.
No, I disagree with that. I mean, I run the play, go real time, and if it's there, take it. But if you're halfway through, then you call timeout. Because he had that timeout in his pocket. I don't want to go belabor that too much.
Sure.
But, Michigan State, Izzo got as much out of this team as he could, I think. I think it was a really good year for Michigan State. But it just like with hockey. I mean, everybody thought Michigan State was going to win the national championship in hockey. But it's a fragile sport in a fragile moment, because every team you're playing at this level is good. Let's just be real.
Sure.
They're good.
Absolutely.
Everybody's good. You're in the Sweet 16, you're damn good. You wouldn't be there otherwise. Right. And so there's no shame in losing that, but it's such a fragile sport. It's like Michigan State hockey. They had a 3-1 lead with 5 minutes to go, and it can flip on a dime like that, and they lost an OT to the Badgers.
So to wrap up basketball, losing the young kid shooter before the game, before the season, who's like a 40% 3-point shooter, and then losing Divine during the season, was really coming on as a shooter, that really hurt us as far as having people that can shoot the basketball. We brought those people in to shoot the basketball, and then we didn't have them. To tie up hockey, 4 minutes ago, 3-1 lead, you put the foot on the neck and you cut it till they quit.
Well, I didn't see it. What would you have done? I mean, why were they not? Were they just playing defensively?
In my opinion, they played not to lose instead of playing to win. I think the shots on goal in the third period were like 20-5 to Wisconsin.
So they kind of went. So they went into a kind of to use a football term, a prevent defense mode.
Yeah, prevent yourself from winning defense. And
got you.
and losing Strample hurt, obviously.
Boy,
You know,
broken
the best
ankle,
player.
that's terrible.
Yeah, that was just bad, nasty bad. So that obviously hurt. And then the one goal, the guy he gets hurt, and he couldn't really play. He couldn't get into the play because he messed his ankle up, and that's how. Then they got a goal there. So it was just frustrating. Like, you know, that's the one thing I learned. Hey, I am never going to apologize for you not being able to stop me. I'm keep the foot on the pedal until you concede and put your bench players in the game, or in this case, which hockey is kind of hard because everybody coming in new line every 30 seconds. So, but
different.
till you quit, and I'm gonna keep
Mhm.
the pressure on. You have to keep the pressure on and keep playing the game, especially in hockey, because like as you see, the last goal that lost. Come on, man, that was the most freakiest, nastiest floater, whatever you want to call it,
Mhm.
knuckle puck, blah blah blah. But that's what happens in hockey.
Right.
It just
Yeah.
takes, but they had a great season and playing through all the adversity and losing the coach and that kind of stuff. But no, they should have won that game. And to lose it, that's one of those that's gonna be like, man, that's gonna dig at you for a long time because you had that game won with 4 minutes to go. That's gonna be a killer. But congrats to them and congrats to Wisconsin because they never stopped playing.
Right. No, I agree
Never
with you.
gave
And
up.
when your expectations are really high, it hurts. And just like in basketball, the deeper you go in the tournament, when you are eliminated, it's a gut punch, and that
Oh
punch,
yeah.
the punch it hurts way more every round, every
Yeah, because you're
deeper
that
round.
much closer
Yeah.
to that one shining moment, baby.
One
And
time moment. So the Flying Illini are going to Indy. That's only 2 hours away. They'll have the ticket demand would be crazy. Michigan potentially could join them. They had a good second half against Alabama. They're going to be. I mean, I watched. It's funny. I was walking through the tunnel. Yeah, I was getting near the. I was trying to get some video, and Tennessee's standing outside their locker room doing the stretches and making a lot of noise. They got some tall, physical dudes. They got some. I mean, it's crazy length, and it's gonna be a totally different game today against Tennessee than it was against Alabama because it's going to be probably in the 60s, early low 70s, and they're a banger. So, but
yeah,
Michigan can win it. So we could get two Big Ten teams potentially in Indianapolis. I think I think Duke's going to beat UConn because
they'll be UConn.
Caleb Downs is back now. So I think and then Arizona looked really impressive in the second
Arizona.
half.
I picked them to win it all way
Did
back at the
you?
beginning, just because of the physicality.
They are. They don't have.
You
They don't
know,
shoot threes. I mean,
no
everybody's shooting
need to.
threes.
They
They
going
just
to the
they
bucket.
just they just bang it. And
They going straight to the rim. And that's what, Purdue was balling in the first, but that's one of those things again. Like, there's no way that Purdue's going to be able to play that good in the second half. And there's no way that Arizona's going to play that bad again. It's just a question of, how much or whatever. But, 7-point lead to a 15-point win.
yeah.
We
No,
all
I
know
know
Purdue is not a bad basketball
no,
team.
they flipped that script, and but we knew Arizona, and they're very similar to Michigan in style of play. And if they do meet up, a week or this coming Saturday evening, and that would be the second game, I would assume, or the highlight game of the Final Four. That will be a banger.
Woo.
That will be an absolute banger. But I want to, before we let you, first of all, are there any other discussion topic issues? And this is why we do this totally on the fly. And I have one issue I want to bring up. Do you have anything else you want to bring up?
Yeah, I need to get off my chest again. I posted earlier this week about it. The MHSA has to figure it out that there is no need to be playing any games before April 1st. In this case, it would be April 6th because everybody be coming back from spring break.
Right.
Because everybody's going spring break this next week.
Right.
Because the weather is terrible, and you're asking kids to go out and play sports when, push it back a week, and the argument be, well, it's pushing in the summer. Well, at that point, there's only a handful of teams that are playing anyway, and they're not going to care about pushing in the summer because they're trying to win state championships. So, I took my Ever Viking girls soccer to a venue last week, and it was 36 degrees to play soccer. And the facilities weren't even open. They had porta-johns out there because they had turned the water on their facility.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. This is how it plays out. Yep.
So that means you can't even use a restroom unless you go to one of them nasty toilets. You can't do no concession stand because you got no running water. So you can't make no money. And the kids are out there freezing. So you're playing the soccer. You're not going to do any headers out there. You'll be in the protocols for 2 weeks because the ball is a rock. So, if you catch a nice day and get lucky, great. But if not, you're out there and it's just not safe. You're swinging a $350 composite softball bat or baseball bat in 40-degree weather, 45. Who does that?
Right.
Not me, not my kid.
Right.
The bat shatters, catcher block. Anyway, I just think it just needs to move. It should not be played until after April 1st. Plus, that gives the kids that just got done playing winter sports a chance to.
I agree. And I remember baseball. I remember high school baseball. And this goes way back. I mean, the 70s. I mean, it was April 10th. Was like the opener, right around April 10th.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And and then at least you can catch lightning in a bottle once in a while with decent weather. But I mean, it's you're not out there in sleet and the roller coaster ride of mid-Michigan weather in late March. Yeah,
because it's going to be bad. It's going to have bad days in April too. It's going to snow in April too. We get that. But why are we playing in the middle of March?
Yeah, well, there's a lot of head scratchers. And I just want to touch on this. My last topic is this Will Wade thing.
Can you go back to LSU?
Going back to
that's wild.
And I saw a video of this thing yesterday when he was greeted at the airport. I mean, I saw him coach Michigan against Michigan at McNeese State a few years ago, and they just boat raced Michigan. That's when Juwan's teams were struggling, and I thought, damn, that guy's a good coach. But I knew about his background. I mean, he's got a checkered past, and now he goes 1 year to NC State, and he's back to LSU, reeling him in. And that greeting at the airport in Baton Rouge was disgusting.
I did. I'll have to look it up.
I don't know. I mean, I think players should be paid. I know there's a lot of anti-NIL, anti-transfer portal. They want to go back to the old days, when they want to go back to the old days when players, when the schools and ultimately the coaches made all the money, players didn't make shit. That ain't right. Because I'm seeing the production wise here at in the NCAA tournament, CBS puts on the infrastructure that goes into a production like this. That costs money. But money's being made in television rights and advertising. It's off the charts. The players deserve that money. I'm sorry. They're the principal. Yeah. Well, a lot of it, because they're the performers on the court, and people have no idea how much work goes into this shit of getting to this level. I mean, these are extraordinary athletes when you see them up close.
100%.
This is.
I went to a game when Greg Oden was at Ohio State, and they played at Michigan State.
Oh yeah, I remember him.
And my nephew got tickets for us, and we're right down there, sitting right behind Coach Izzo and everything.
Yeah.
And I just, obviously, I'm not a small person.
No.
I felt
like a little man. I felt
next
like
to him.
when I walked by those Tennessee players when they were doing it outside their locker room on what day was that? Friday night. I mean, I felt like I was like 5'2". I mean, and I'm 6'2". But and they're just they're like racehorses or extraordinary athletes. And
they're amazing.
That shit, you just don't wake up with that shit. I mean, you got to put the work in.
Yes, to be blessed with like the big guy on your team 7'2", that's different, but you still got to go and put the work in, because 7'2" could just be big and goofy 7'2", but to put the work in, now you're running up and down the court, reverse dunking alley-oops. That takes work.
When you see level play at the high collegiate level, I mean, these guys are professionals now that come playing college.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it's like Alabama. The speed off the dribble is uncanny. It just blows me away. And where everybody knows where everybody is on the court, reversing the ball. I mean, it's
all of that.
I mean, that takes work to be able to do that.
And that's why when people get on these social media sites and are bad mouthing guys and coaches or whatever, them people couldn't get on the court at Foster Park. No, but they're out here talking trash about coaches and players or whatever. You have no idea the level of excellence it's taking for those guys to be out on that court right now playing in the Elite Eight, going to play for Final Fours and that kind of stuff. Just sit back and watch the game and shut the hell up.
You could have got those people you're talking about could have got on the court at Foster Park on a hot summer night, but it would have been right about when the street lights came on, when everybody's going home. Then you could have been on the court. You could have got on the court right then. You'd be out there by yourself, but you could have been on the court.
that or at 10 o'clock when everybody was still sleeping.
Yeah, exactly. You'd be out there in the morning. Oh hell yeah.
You shoot out 8 o'clock. You got the court to yourself, baby. Do your thing.
But when it got a little bit later, you'd be pushed off the court, man, because you ain't shit. That's Foster Park.
You become the guy that runs to Gordy's to get something to drink. Shout out to Gordy's, baby. The original QD.
Yes. All right, my friend. I'm
yes,
gonna let
sir.
you go. Let me get this posted.
Have fun. And good luck to your team today.
All right. I appreciate that. And we'll talk next week on Coach Keyton Crawford here on the Crawford Podcasting Network. And as Gary always ends it,
go green.
Go blue.